Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Miss Fatima is speaking. Today, inshallah, we'll discuss first part of chapter 7, which is about teaching reading. Outlines of this lecture are what is reading, reasons for reading, aspects in teaching reading process, microskills for reading comprehension, the principles which are behind the teaching of reading, principles of describing interactive reading techniques, the main kinds of reading, and reading sub-skills, the aims of a reading lesson, the role of the teacher in teaching reading. Yes, let's start. Here, if I ask you, what is reading? What is reading? Yeah, reading is a process of constructing meaning from written text. It is a complex skill requiring the coordination of interrelated sources of information. Yeah, so reading is learning to identify words and to get their meaning. Reading is learning to pronounce words. Also reading is learning to bring a meaning to a text in order to get meaning from it. Yeah. Here, why do we teach reading? Just, think about, this question. Why do we teach reading? Yeah, of course. There are many reasons, Firstly, the students want to be able to read text in English, either for their career, for study purposes, or simply, for pleasure. Reading text, also provide good models, for English writing. Just here we need an, reading text provide opportunities to study language, such as vocabulary, grammar, punctuation, and the way we construct sentences, paragraphs, and text. Lastly, a good reading, text can introduce interesting topics, stimulate discussions, excite imaginative responses. So we teach students, reading to help them, learn the language, read for information, and read for cultural knowledge and awareness. Yes, here, one reason, of teaching reading is to learn, our students the language. How can do that? Yes, here, reading to learn the language by giving students a variety of materials to read helps them absorb vocabulary, grammar, sentence structure, and discourse structure. So students gain a more complete picture of the ways in which the elements of the language work together to convey meaning. Also, reading for content information. This means that the student's purpose for reading is to obtain information about a subject they are studying. Reading for content information in the language classroom gives our students both authentic reading material and an authentic purpose, for reading. And okay, reading for cultural knowledge and awareness. Okay, this means that reading everyday materials that are designed for native speakers can give our students insight into the lifestyles, okay, and worldview of the people whose language they are studying. Yes. Here, okay, what are the aspects in the teaching reading process? Yes. There are two approaches or processes, okay, which describe the nature of the reading learning process. Okay, okay. Firstly, we have bottom up, okay, process. Okay, here, okay, here, okay, readers must recognize a variety of linguistic signals such as letters, morphemes, syllables, words, okay, phrases, etc., and impose some sort of order them, okay, so as to make them cohere. For example, wet, prod, who, socks, some. Just okay, here, okay, students need to order them, okay, here, okay, such as, okay, in this form. Who brought some wet socks? And we have top-down processing. Okay, here, okay, this process focuses on the background knowledge a reader uses to comprehend a written text. For example, as you see here, okay, we have some letters. You need to order, okay, them. For example, here, you can read the sentence with every third letter missing. Yes, here we have schema theory and reading. Yes, according to schema theory and reading, the reader brings information, knowledge, emotion, experience, and culture, okay, to the printed words. Okay, yes. Here, okay, if I ask you, what are the micro skills for reading comprehension? Okay, or if I ask you, what do English students do in order to become efficient readers? Again, what do what do English students do in order to become efficient readers? Yes, here, okay, English students, okay, should discriminate among the distinctive graphemes and orthographic pattern of English. They should retain chunks of language of different length in short-term memory. Okay, also, they should process writing at an efficient rate of speed to suit the purpose. Okay, here also English students should recognize a core of words and interpret word order patterns and their significance. Moreover, English students should recognize grammatical word classes, systems, patterns, rules, etc. They should recognize that a particular meaning may be expressed in different grammatical forms. Moreover, English students should recognize cohesive devices in written discourse and their role in signaling the relationship between and among clauses. English students should recognize the rhetorical forms of written discourse and their significance for interpretation. They should recognize the communicative functions of written text according to the to form and purposes. Yes, here, okay. Also here, okay, English students should infer context that is not explicit by using background knowledge. They should infer links and connections between ideas, deduce cause and effect, detect such relations as main idea, supporting idea, new information, giving information, generalization, and exemplification. They should distinguish between literal and implied meanings. English students should detect culturally specific references and interpret them in a context of the appropriate cultural stigmata. They should develop and use a battery of reading strategies. Yes, such as scanning and skimming, guessing the meaning of words from context, and activating stigmata for the interpretation of text. Here, another question. What are the principles, behind the teaching of reading? Yes, what are the principles behind the teaching of reading? Yes, here we have, firstly, reading is not a positive skill. This means that, in fact, reading is an incredible active occupation. To do it successfully, we have to understand what the words mean, understand the arguments, and work out if we do agree with it or not. Yes, here, students need to be engaged with what they are reading. For example, if students, are not engaged with the reading text, not actively interested in what they are reading, it is less likely that they benefit from it. Students should be engaged to respond to the content of the reading text, not just to the language. So it is very important to study reading text for the way students use the language. For example, the number of paragraphs they contain, they contain relative clauses, linking words, etc. But the meaning, the message of the text is just as important, and we must give our students a chance to respond. We should allow them to express their feelings about the topic. Yes, and here we have another principles behind the teaching of reading, such as here predicting is a major factor in reading. When we as teachers read text in our own language, we frequently have a good idea of content before we actually read it. So book covers give us an idea of what is in the book. Paragraphs and headlines hint at what articles are about, and reports look like reports before we read a single word. So the teachers should give students hints, so that they can predict what's coming too. It will make them better and more engaged readers. Match the task to the topic. Here, once a decision has been taken about the reading text that the students are going to read, so we as teachers need to choose good reading tasks, the right kind of questions, engaging and useful puzzles, etc. Good teachers, exploit the reading text to the full. Any reading text is full of sentences, words, ideas, descriptions, etc. It doesn't make sense just to get students to read it and then try to move on to something else. Lastly, good teachers integrate the reading text into interesting class sequence by using the topic for discussion, and further task using the language for study and later activation. Yes, so just don't forget that the most interesting text can be undermined by asking boring and inappropriate questions. Yes. What are principles for describing interactive reading techniques? Yes, here, interactive reading techniques don't overlook instruction in reading skill, so they don't, they don't underestimate the importance of specific instruction in reading skills. They use techniques that are intrinsically motivating. They make balance between authenticity and readability in text. Yes, here, and they encourage the development of reading strategies. Here, these interactive reading techniques include both bottom up and top down techniques. Yes, here, and also here, the teacher follow the Q3R, which means here survey, question, read, recite, and review. Yes, here the teacher can subdivide techniques before or the reader can subdivide techniques before he or she read, while he or she read, after he or she read. Also here readers build their techniques by doing, choosing, transferring, answering, considering, extending, duplicating, modeling, conversing. Yes. Here, if I ask you, what are the main kinds of reading? Yes, we have two main kinds of reading, which are extensive reading and intensive reading. Here, extensive reading, is reading, extensive reading, which students often do, but and students do it outside the classroom. But intensive reading here consists of detailed focus on the construction of reading text. So students do it in the classrooms. And here we have 5 sub-skills of reading, which are skim or just reading. We have reading to infer textual meaning, closed reading, scan reading, and reading to infer vocabulary meaning. Yes, here, if I ask you, what reading skills should students, acquire? Yes, here, they need to be able to scan the text for particular bits of information they are searching for. So, this skill, this skill means that students don't have to read every word and line, just they scan. Yes. Also, students should be able to skim a text as if they were casting their eyes over its surface to get a general idea of what it is about. So one of the teacher's main functions when training students to read is not only to persuade them for the advantages of skimming and scanning. Yeah, yes, here, okay, but also to make them see that the way they read is vitally important. Here we have, okay, the aims of a reading lesson. Okay, just here we have an example. The reading text is a short newspaper article about the growth of tourism. So here, okay, learners discuss, yes, okay, the reading, okay, lesson is about learners here, okay, learners discuss a memorable tourist experience in pairs. So the aim, okay, of a reading lesson here is to provide spoken fluency practice and to activate prior knowledge about the topic of the text. Okay, another example here, okay, if okay, the teacher writes 5 words on the board from the text. Okay, students look for these words in the text and underline them. So here, the aim of this reading lesson is to provide practice in scan reading for specific words. Yes, another example, just okay, if the okay here, if the teacher asks students to talk about the different kinds of reading skills they have practiced. So here the main aim of this reading lesson is to develop awareness reading sub skills. Yeah. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Uh, Done. If the teacher asks learners to underline examples, okay, of the present perfect in the text and to discuss why the tense is appropriate in each, okay, instance. Okay, here the aim of a reading lesson is to encourage learners to notice grammatical features in the text. Yes. What is the role of the teacher in teaching reading? Yes, here, okay, here, yeah, the role of the teacher in teaching reading is as an organizer. Okay, here, this means that okay, we as teachers need to tell our students exactly what their reading purpose is and give them clear instruction about how to achieve it and how long they have to do it. Yeah, teachers as okay observers, okay, in teaching reading okay lessons. For example, here this means that when we as teachers ask our students to read on their own, we as teachers need to give them space to do so. While students are reading, yes, as you see here, okay, in these pictures, yeah, while students, okay, are reading, we as teachers can observe. Yes, we can observe here. Okay, the progress, since this will give us valuable information about how well they are doing individually and collectively, and will tell us, okay, whether to give our students some extra time or to move. Yes, here, okay, teachers as feedback organizers. Yes, this means that when, okay, our students have completed the task, we as teachers lead lead a feedback session to check that they have completed the task successfully. We as teachers may start by having them compare their answers in pair by sharing their knowledge. Yes, and lastly here, okay, teachers as promoters. Okay, this means that when students have read, okay, a text, we as teachers can promote and encourage them to notice language features in that text. We as teachers may okay, direct them to certain features of text construction, clarifying ambiguities. Okay, I thank you with my best wishes and regards for you.